Welcome to Pandora FMS YouTube channel. In this video we will explain how to create a remote agent. So we will start by logging into the console through our browser. In my case it is Chrome. Unlike software agents, this type of agents are the ones we will use for devices where we cannot install the software package, such as routers, switches, antennas, or surveillance cameras, among others. To add this type of agents, go to the menu on the left and select Resources and Manage Agents. Next, click on Create Agent. That will take you to a new screen where you have to fill in some data referring to the device that you're going to add. The first thing you see is the alias field, where you can set the alias or nickname that you want for your device and the one that will be shown on the agent list. In addition, you have a token on the right that gives you the option of using that alias as a name if activated. In case of not doing so, Pandora FMS will be responsible for generating a name based on a pseudo-random hexadecimal string. Unlike the alias, which can be modified at any time, the name is a unique identifier that can't be modified. Another possibility you have on this screen is the option to include the agent in one of the groups you have created. This will help you have things more organized. That will make it easier for you to apply filters and work more quickly with the options that Pandora FMS gives you, and that we will explain in other videos, such as policies and self-configuration. The next thing you will see is the interval field. The time for checkups in Pandora FMS is 5 minutes by default, but it can be set to minutes as well as hours, weeks, months, or years. For standard checks, such as ping, latency, or CPU usage, it is recommended to keep this time. There's a drop down below that allows you to select the type of operating system of your device. It is simply about specifying information of our agents for possible filters, since if we make some mistake, in addition to being able to change it later on, it will not prevent us from performing the actions of the type of device we are creating. The server field will tell you precisely which server will store this agent and with whom it will contact when carrying out checks and storing the information that the equipment gives back. The description box gives you the option of adding additional information that we will see later in Agent View. It could be the device model, that is if you have a large amount of them, its location, or just any extra information that may be useful. In advanced options, there are possibilities such as adding an additional secondary group. For example, the model definition option gives you the possibilities of learning mode, normal mode, or self-disabled mode. These options are explained in more detail in our video about software agent installation. The Agent Custom ID field can be used for external applications. That way, you may add one more piece of data to add specific information about the agent. For example, whether it has an ID linked to a CMDB that you may need to take into account. The agent icon space will allow you to select a type of icon that will be used when using GIS maps. With these maps, you may visually represent the geographical location of Pandora FMS installation agents. As for the silent item, it will allow you to continue executing the agent but without receiving alerts or events. This can be useful, for example, when performing maintenance tasks on the device itself, and we know it will end up generating some alert. If you enable the following disabled field, you will ensure that the agent does not obtain nor report any type of data. It will be as if it did not exist until you disable that checkbox, and it will collect and report data again. In enterprise environments, when disabling an agent, it does not count towards the license. Once you have checked the most relevant fields when creating a remote agent, just click on Create. Now that you have your agent created, if you go to the agent's own view, you may find the data that you filled out at the top, such as alias, operating system, IP, description, interval, and primary and secondary groups. The only information that you will not find on this screen and which you will have to access again from management view is the custom ID, which you will no longer find in the advanced options, but rather in a box on the right side under a QR code. The next thing to do with your already created remote agent will be to add some modules to obtain data from that device. Go to the upper right menu to manage and then click on modules. Once there in the drop-down menu, select Create a new network server module and click on Create. In the next screen, choose Network Management, Host Alive, and Pandora FMS will fill in the rest of the fields necessary to have a module that is a ping. Following the same steps, you may create one to obtain latency data. Another option regarding remote agents to obtain metrics quickly and easily is wizards. First, go to the SNMP wizard. There you will find the first field that includes the IP of the agent you're monitoring. Next, you will see the port. This box appears blank and by default it will use UDP port 161. If you don't have another one configured, it won't be necessary to indicate anything here. Another field you should modify is the community. That is the authentication in SNMP versions 1 and 2. For SNMP version 3, you have to indicate all the required credentials. And finally, there it is, the SNMP version. There you can choose between versions 1, 2, and 3, the last one being the one that provides higher security when operating. If you select it, an additional panel is displayed where you must add more fields such as user, password, privacy method, private pass, authentication method, and security level. All these fields have to be previously configured on the device so that when performing the task in the agent wizard, connection is possible. In our case, we will work on a 2C version, so we only need the SNMP community. By clicking on SNMP scan, if the connection to the equipment is correct, another section will be shown where within the drop-down menu you may select one of the SNMP data types. And if the device has information regarding those data, you may add it to the list of modules to create. For example, in my case, I will select in Other SNMP data the information regarding system uptime. Check it and drag it to the module box. Just click on Create Modules, and if you go to Agent View or the Management and Modules section, there you will find it. This wizard will create two types of modules according to the information that the device can return. On the one hand, SNMP modules for queries with a static OID, such as sensors, memory, CPU, etc. These queries will be made by the network server or SNMP enterprise server, as long as you're a Pandora FMS enterprise user. On the other hand, plugin modules for queries with dynamic OID or the calculated data with which you will obtain data from, processes, disk space, memory usage percentage, etc. This last option is quite common in the enterprise version, since it will be obtained from a plugin. This is an advanced enterprise feature that we will see in depth in future videos. Next, we will work on the SNMP interface wizard. This wizard is created specifically for interface navigation. What it does is search throughout the brand of SNMP IFMIB interfaces, offering the possibility of creating multiple modules of several interfaces with multiple selection. Like the SNMP wizard, after selecting the destination IP, community, etc., the system will make an SNMP query to the target device and fill in the form for creating modules. By using it, you may select one or more interfaces from the combo on the left. Then on the right, their common elements such as description, speed, incoming, outgoing traffic, etc. will appear. That way you may select one or more elements from the combo and click on Create Modules to create the modules selected for each interface selected on the combo on the left. By default, as mentioned, only interface common elements are shown. But among the combos, there's a drop-down that gives you the option to also show non-common ones, for when interfaces have different features and additional metrics can be obtained. After all of this, you can see in the agent view the modules added to your remote agents and check which metrics are correct and which are not. Well, and that's it. I hope you found this video useful and it will help you work with Pandora FMS. If you liked it, do not hesitate, click like and subscribe to our channel. And also remember that if you're interested in trying Pandora FMS Enterprise, you may contact us to get your free 30-day trial. Thank you very much and see you in our next video. Bye!